Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the kids bonus area makeover. If you haven't seen part 1, make sure that you go check that out. But for now, here's just a short little recap. We redid the floors, took out that carpet, painted, added some molding to the walls, and now we're ready to do some more projects. So let's get started. Okay, it's the next day. The picture molding is done. I let that dry overnight. And then now we need to fill in the middle with some decorations. Here's what I'm thinking. These are some picture ledges that I built for my last house, but they're way too long to go up there. So I'm gonna trim them down to the size that I need. If you wanna make this at home, it's really simple. This is a 1x4 and this is a 1x4. And this piece right here is screwed. You can see like that's a screw. It's screwed in to this piece right here. And then this is right here in the front is a 1x2. And it is just shot that in with a nail gun. You can wood glue it or anything, but it's not gonna hold any of the weight. It's just for decorative purposes on the front. And then you're gonna find your studs and drill through the back here into the studs. It's really simple. Okay, so we marked where the studs are on the wall. I'm gonna hold up the boards to here and mark on the board where we need to pre-drill so for the studs. So when we drill through that hole, it'll go into the stud. This is called countersinking your screws right here. We're drilling a hole for the screw head to sit down into so it's a little bit hidden and it doesn't stick out past the wood. It sits in the wood. Okay, I've got this level propped up right here just so I can mark like the end of the piano so I can have it be, the shelves be exactly where I want them to be. Since most of the time I'm working by myself, I always have to I've learned tips and tricks to make it easier on myself since I don't have someone holding this while I screw it in. I went ahead and put the screws in just a little bit so it's easier, so I can just go through with the impact driver and screw them in and not have to reach in my pocket for a screw, hold it, and it just makes it a lot easier that way. Okay, once you've got one screw in, then you can go with your level and try to get it straight. Okay, did you hear that like noise? That means you hit a stud. All right, let's check our level. Pretty good. All right, I didn't put the second shelf up yet because I wanted to see as far as like height on the wall, and I was just guessing with that first shelf, but by the time we put like a second shelf here, it would be too high. So what I'm gonna do is just lower the shelf down some where it'll be like it'll have more room for that second shelf. Okay, it's been a couple of days. Where we left off, the shelves are up. We need to fill in the drywall where we made some holes. We need to put some picture frames on the shelves, and we need to replace the light fixture. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, holes are filled in and the wall is touched up, and now it's time to put some frames up there. So I'm gonna use these right here. They're all pretty neutral, and most of them are from like Goodwill or thrift stores or something. Some of them are painted. So just like use what you have. You can turn it into what you want, or check Goodwill or thrift stores near you because they're just like full of picture frames. Okay, the piano is like 50 years old, I think, so it's really old. So it's got a few dings, it's been through a few moves, so I'm gonna use some gel stained and a little paintbrush just to touch up some spots. It's much more forgiving than paint. You can use it on like anything, baseboards or stairs or whatever, and it just touches up little spots and blends in.
We're talking to each other. I know we feel the same about this.
Okay, so I'm just brushing it on and just kind of just throwing it on there. And then I'm just kind of dabbing it. You can add a little more if you need to.
Before, yeah. Now it's time for something better. And time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way.
Okay, this ugly thing has to go. My kids asked for a ceiling fan in here, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and put up now.
It's always mixed emotions. The first step is always hard when you walk out of the doorway, but that's just the place to start. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before. Yeah. Now it's time for something better. And time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay.
The realities of doing things yourself. Okay, so I took the light down and quickly realized that the box that they had, the junction box that came with the house was would not support a ceiling fan. So I had to brainstorm a little bit and I had to replace the box that was there so it could support the ceiling fan's weight. Okay, this is what I ended up using. I will link it down below. It's just from Lowe's, but because, so these, like the junction box was not attached to the joist. So I had to get this one that was like, could retrofit in between the two joists so it could hold the weight of the ceiling fan.
Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
When I was touching up the piano the other day, like the stain for all of the little nicks and things that were on it, I noticed that the brass, like the foot pedals and everything was pretty tarnished. So I grabbed this Brasso and I want to see if it'll work to like remove the tarnish so it'll be like a prettier gold, because like I said, the piano is pretty old. Okay, this stuff works super well. You can tell, like, I haven't done that one yet, and there's like a stubborn, difficult spot to get off over there, but it's working really well. this room is starting to come together. I know it doesn't look like it, but I have big plans. But this wall is pretty much done.